It was such a random way that we met. There was no chance. I can't imagine how we could have possibly met. Well, but then you say that, and it's funny because he's worked in Soho
for so long,
and I work in Soho. So we were just
well,
talking.
We probably
about,
have crossed each other.
Totally, I'm sure we've crossed each other on the street. So for over 10 years, we've been within
meters of each other.
Yes. I liked the look of a particular building and had been trying to get in touch with the estate agent. It was a new build and he hadn't returned my call. So one Saturday I decided to go for a run around the area just to familiarise myself. And as I was running past this building that I was interested in, I saw this guy going into the building, laden down with shopping bags and
cleaning materials. Just moved in.
Yes. So I stopped and asked him if he lived there. He said he did. I explained that I was trying to buy, and he said, "Oh, he's just moved in."
Mm-hmm. So I said, "Well, yeah, happy for you to come up and have a look."
I wasn't really thinking too much about it. I was out with a friend on a Saturday night locally and was telling her how the flat hunt was going. This story came up. She also knew that I was single. And so she encouraged me. She said, "Well, that's the first decent man you've met in ages. No matter how you met him, you should leave him a note." In fact, the note's still there on her shelf.
I really wanted a soulmate. I wanted a life partner. And I decided definitely not a woman, so I wanted to look for a man, and I couldn't find one anywhere. So then my sister said to me, one of my sisters said, "Put an ad, answer one of the Lonely Hearts columns." I said, "Oh, I'm going to do that." And she said, "Well, they've got, really fancy ones. The Times has a Lonely Hearts column. Private Eye, I think, had one. I can't remember." She said, "Time Out has one." One of the things that appealed to me about his ad was that he said of European descent, and I'd had it up to here with Englishmen and Welshmen and Scotsmen. I wasn't interested in anybody native to these islands anymore. I wanted someone who might share a little bit of something.
You want a nice foreign man, yes. I come from foreign.
Yes. It's happy land, yes.
I'm trying to remember how I described myself. I remember that it was. I remember it involved a lot of alliteration, and smiley-eyed 6-footer Sikhs. I think it was feisty. I don't know what. I can't remember anymore, man. I remember the word feisty was in it, and that I was 6 foot at the time, which I still am, thank goodness.
You might have shrunk.
I might have shrunk a little bit.
I was there with my phone, sort of playing Angry Birds or something like that, and Joe was reading the Evening Standard. Then the tube came along, we both got on, so I sat down in one spot and she sat down opposite me and went along.
The main thing that I first noticed about him was he's tall, because I'm nearly 6 foot. So I need someone who's tall, and that's my first criteria. And we were looking at each other and we were across from each other in the tube. I thought, okay, he's got a nice face as well, that's good.
Eventually we got to Stockwell, and the guy who was sort of like standing in between us got off, and I froze because he was like my shield of armour kind of thing, and so she was just like looking at me saying, "What you gotta do now?" So I thought, "Oh, how am I gonna talk to this girl?" So I had my phone and I thought, "Oh." So I went to text messages and typed in, "Hi, my name's Phil, what's yours?" So she sort of took it, read it, and replied back, "Hi, I'm Joe."
I suddenly realised I don't even know, I haven't even heard this guy talk. I don't even know what his... He could be Australian too, for all I know, who'd just written to each other. So
the other scary thing that I didn't even realise at the time that a lot of my friends were saying is that she could have just taken your phone.
Yeah.
So she could have just sort of... I gave her the phone and thought she could have just walked out of the tube with it, but nah.
It's true, you didn't think of that.
She'd already got me by that stage, so...
So here's the infamous card that Terry stuck in my letterbox when we met, saying that she was still looking for a place and maybe we could have a drink down at the Regent, just in Kensal Green, and yes.
And so we ended up talking for 11 straight hours.
Yeah.
Until the place closed
Yeah,
that
we got thrown
evening. and that was that.
Yeah.
We went to a Mexican restaurant,
Mm.
and it was quite unusual because twice during the course of that evening, a little voice in my head said, "I'm going to marry you. I'm going to marry you, but we're still not married."
Now, he was very honest, and he told me about his eye condition, and that he has this degenerative eye condition, which would mean that it was extremely likely he would eventually be blind, and that it would was already affecting the things that he couldn't do, and would continue to do so. And I'll tell you, I went home that night and thought, do I need that? Do it. And I felt awful thinking in that way. But again, I had to be sort of brutal about it. I thought, do I really want that? But it was too late.
Was it too late?
Well, I was already hooked.
Normally what happens is we'll be introduced to new people and they'll say, "Oh my God, are you the two who met on the tube?"
They always sort of like say things like, "Oh, it's like something out of Love Actually," or sort of like something
Yeah.
like that. And so like a lot of people I think have probably tried to take inspiration from it, kind of thing, and tried it themselves. And I've had a couple of my guy friends who sort of like
Who've
come
tried
back
it.
with sort of like a red cheek, sort of like after being slapped. So I suppose it kind of makes our sort of like meeting kind of thing more unique, kind of thing more special, I suppose.
And, then you moved in 6 months later.
August, I think I moved in.
Yeah.
August or September.
Yeah. With a set of towels.
Well,
A
yes.
stereo and your father. in
All I
fact.
had was a car, a stereo, a set of towels, my clothes, and my father, who was sitting in the front seat. And
Yeah.
I said to Ingrid, "Would you like to meet my father?" And she said, "Yes." I thought your father was dead. And it was my father. It was an urn with my father's ashes in it in the front seat.
And a
of the car.
baseball cap on top of it.
When I first saw Jo, kind of thing, so like she just was everything. So like I looked for sort of like in a girl kind of thing, and I just thought sort of, well, when am I going to get an opportunity like this again, kind of thing. And so it didn't really matter sort of like what the situation was, kind of thing. It was just the time, the play, sort of like right person, right time kind of thing.